history. I mean, he's a historian. But he is an historian who combines the rigor of history with the contemporary concerns and anxiety. And that is what makes him special. He has been a historian and writer whose interests have a very wide range, from environment to Mahatma Gandhi, to democratic India, to cricket. This indeed is a wide range, and he has been a regular contributor. Some of us have been reading him in the columns that he writes for the Telegraph and the Hindustan Times. Yes, and he has also been a visiting position in the London School of Economics and Political Science, Philippe Roman Chair in History and International Affairs, and he is one of those in our time, and we have very few of them now, unfortunately, who can be legitimately called public intellectuals. Intellectuals which engage with public issues. So here is Ramachandra Guha, who is going to talk to us about 8 threats. I hope there are 8, can be more or less. Surely not less. It has to be more. Threats to freedom of expression. Professor Ramachandra Guha.
Thank you, Vice President. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Vice President said that of the 4 lectures so far, this is the best attended. And there's a simple explanation. I'm the first Daya Krishna lecturer who is not from Delhi. And Daya Krishna himself was not from Delhi. He was from Jaipur. So perhaps there's a lesson there. Invite more people from outside Delhi. And you get even bigger audiences. Thank you also for the kind introduction. Though I have deeply ambivalent feelings about the term public intellectual. Because as someone said, the more public an intellectual becomes, the less of an intellectual he remains. So, with that caveat, let me begin. 8 threats to freedom of expression in India. And since it's a lecture in memory of a philosopher, I'm going to quote a philosopher to begin with, who will be unnamed for the moment, who I'll identify me a bit. This writer said, and I quote, "No one can transfer to another person his natural right or ability to think freely and make his own judgments about any matter whatsoever. No one can transfer to another person his natural right to think freely and cannot be compelled to do so. That is why a government which seeks to control minds is considered oppressive." This is what a great philosopher once said. And he went on to observe, "A government which denies each person freedom to speak and to communicate what they think will be a very violent government. Whereas a government where everyone is conceded this freedom to speak and to communicate what they think will be a moderate government." Who was this wise writer? It was the philosopher Baruch Spinoza, writing in 1670. Now, by this token, how democratic is India? In my book, India After Gandhi, published 10 years ago, I described India as a 50-50 democracy. This is a line I stole from the great Hindi comic actor Johnny Walker, who in a film in which he was a sidekick of some boss, to any answer, any question that the boss posed, will I marry this girl, will my business be successful, he would answer, boss, 50-50. And I appropriated this line in memory of a great Hindi actor called Johnny Walker, originally Badruddin Umar from Indore, if I am not mistaken. And I argued that our democracy is a 50-50 democracy. There are some areas in which we are truly democratic. Free and fair elections is one. I think the Election Commission is one of our model institutions. On the day that elections are held, all of India is one. And everybody votes, regardless of caste or class or gender. Contrary to democratic theory. In India, unlike